The Blind Sample Showdown is back. How's everybody doing tonight? We got a couple people in the comments. We got season 2 kicking off with a killer lineup right here. We got Andrew, the average whiskey drinker, who is taterific as all get out. And he's even wearing the tater shirt. I love it. I love it. I love it. And we got Anthony, the Bourbon Whiskey Library. He's got 1 or 2 whiskeys. I don't know if you can see. He's got maybe like 2 or 3 behind him. I don't know. But yes, this is going to be a great show. I am so happy to be back. And I am pleased to see that we have some familiar faces in the comments already. So we'll give that a few minutes and I'll run through a roll call real quick. But Anthony, tell us a little bit about the Bourbon Whiskey Library.
Yeah, well, first off, thank you for having me on the show and for participating in this. It's a really big deal. I mean, this is a lot of fun. Like, you know, bringing people together. That's what it's really all about. Myself, I started the Bourbon Whiskey Library in 2019. Moved to Charlotte, North Carolina from Los Angeles. That's where I was born and raised, and moved out here with about 60 bottles. And that has since grown into well over 1,300. Love doing reviews. I love entertaining. I love, you know, hosting educational experiences. That's basically what my business is educational experience. And yeah, just bringing people together. And what I like to say is I like to bring folks together one sip at a time.
Very cool. 1,300.
Roughly.
Holy Christ.
Well, 1306 as of today.
That's awesome.
That's goals. Andrew.
Yeah, way to make me follow that up.
Yeah.
Unlike Anthony, I probably have 130 bottles. So yeah, my name is pretty much as advertisement. I'm an average whiskey drinker. I've been drinking whiskey since, you know, God knows how long, but pretty much just ripping shots, doing whiskey diets until about a little less than 9 months ago. I really got into it, created Instagram, met Germ, met this whole community. And so I'm just trying to learn. So I'm brand new to this whole thing. Probably haven't tasted any of the stuff Germ's about to give us. I'm just getting my foot under bourbon and rye, trying a little bit of scotch, but can't wait to try all this new stuff he's about to give me. And my goal is to get more than 0 points. So if I get more than 0 points, that's a win for me.
It's a win for you. 1 point is a win for Andrew. Okay. Speaking of winning, so last season we had a guy went all the way through and won the whole thing. Then he wanted to do a little show against me, and he beat me. So there is a new agenda for season 2. Anybody that takes out Marshall Rough Spirits is going to get a special prize just from me. So right now, if you're on a Wednesday night, you're not going to go up against him until the final. So keep that in mind. But if you're on a Thursday night, there is a chance that you will go against him at some point in time. But please, anybody, take him out as soon as possible, and we will get you some kind of special prize for that.
So that's the ultimate goal. Let's go.
That is my goal for this whole season here. The other goal I have is I have not quite as extensive as you, but I have 446 bottles that went into the selection for the samples that you have. I put all 446 into a randomizer. I hit the randomizer 3 times, and that is your samples. That way there it takes out any meta guess or any like subconscious pattern that I can put into it. Okay. So they span across all categories of whiskey, multiple different countries. And the only other thing is it is actually whiskey. There is no whiskey adjacent, non-whiskey things in there. They are 100% whiskey. So that is a for sure. I did send everybody a list of what was possible. Now, some people say they don't want to open it because they think it'll throw them off. I don't know if everybody did or not, but it is available for everybody to know exactly what is in here so you can have the same advantage as everybody else. Other than that, we are going to go through the samples 1, 2, and 3. We will go through number 1 first. I will write down their guesses. Then we will move on to sample number 2, so on and so forth. At the end of sample 3, we will do the reveal and the winner. The categories for guessing are generic category, generic ABV and proof, which is a plus or minus 2 guess, generic casking, which is going to be new, used, or new and used. Then we move on to the same 3 categories except be specific. So specific category, specific ABV and proof, which does mean hitting it on the head. Specific casking, which there is a few things here. Obviously, be as specific as you can with the casking that you think it is. If you think it's a sherry cask, just say sherry. I don't care what type of sherry you think it might be. Sherry is blanketed in, and that will work for a correct answer. The same goes for beer casking, except for stout. There is some very distinctive things about stout casking. So we are separating stout from a beer cask, and you would have to call stout cask out. And if there is more than 2 finishes on a whiskey, guessing 2 of them is going to count as a correct answer. Age guesses is used for a tiebreaker only. So write your guess down, but do not tell me what it is when we go through. And then, as just a little fun, there's 2 points each available for an exact distillery. So there is a possible 10 points per sample, which means there is a possible of 30 points per show. So with that all being said, you guys go ahead and get into sample number 1.
Right on.
Run through a roll call while you're doing so.
Do it.
All right. We got Whiskey Addict Mike. Hey, thanks for joining. Caesar, thank you for joining. Spicy Strawberry. Patty. Brian F. Excellent. Thank you, guys. The Whiskey Shaman. Not much service, but he's here. Hey, I appreciate the effort. Love you, brother. Sugar Kitty, as usual. She is always in the chats. We got Smoked by Ash. Joe, he is also going to be... Oh, so is Patty. I forgot about that. Patty is going to be a contestant later on down the road. And Joe is as well. We got Corey in the house. Man, you guys type a lot. The Bourbon with Friends is here.
Hey, hey.
I'm assuming this is Brian, but it could be any one of the 3.
Get it, girls.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whiskey Shaman, thank you for dropping links. I appreciate that.
Anthony, I just want to say, I don't know if you were watching last year. My first blind, my first guess, I thought Germ put Buffalo Trace in my Glencairn. I think I offended both Germ and everyone else in the chat, so I will not be guessing Buffalo Trace today.
I don't know. This is reminding me a little bit. No, I'm not good.
Right? Yes.
You bring up a valid point, Anthony. Smack talking is absolutely allowed and maybe encouraged, in fact.
Okay.
You can either do it for fun or to try to throw your opponent off. And Andrew, that goes for you as well. It's literally the competition is, yes, it's a competition. It's a bracket style. You're going to move on or you're not. But realistically, just I want everybody to have fun with this.
Absolutely.
And try some things that they may not have tried or possibly would never even get out and buy. So
yeah. Normally I'm a smack talker, but I at least am a somewhat, decent at what I'm doing when I'm smack talking. So I'm gonna let Anthony do the smack talking.
No, I'm not talking any smack until we get rolling on it, and we actually have some correct answers, right?
Yeah. All right, fair.
Okay, Sugar Kitty, I really apologize. I would have never guessed that in a million years, but hey, awesome. Thank you for letting me know.
I wish I could repeat what Brian just texted me, but that's okay.
Hey, it is not a kid-friendly show. Go ahead and repeat it.
No. It's good.
It stays between you two.
And usually everybody in the chat wants to know what I am drinking. As a celebratory pour for the first show of the season, I poured my favorite bottle, or my fanciest bottle, I will say. So I did pour my 32-year-old Glen Scotia from the SNWS.
Wow.
Very nice.
Jerm, when did you first do this? How long ago was this?
Last season was the first season, and that started in March.
March. Okay. So about 6 months ago or 7 months, maybe.
Yep. So when I wanted to do the second season, I wanted to make it go throughout the winter. So summertime was clear, free and clear.
Cool.
Because everybody gets a little bit busier in the summertime. I mean, depending on where you are, it's always summer, but for the most part, there's more people do more stuff outside.
Yeah.
Away from, online stuff in the summer. So
Of course.
So, and it also helps out. It's dark outside when I start the show in the middle of the winter for me. So that helps with the lighting.
Okay.
Anthony, I feel like one of the hardest things for me, and this might just come with a lot of experience, is guessing the ABV or proof, man. It's just, I am like all over I went up against Brian last year and he was spot on, but I'm all over the place. And it gets worse the more I drink. Like the first one I think I'm the best at, and then after that I'm just like not even close.
So opposite of you, like proof, I'm all about the proof. Like I
Okay.
can usually dial that in pretty good. Now when it comes to dropping the rye or bourbon, tones, there's so many high rye bourbons that can be misleading. There are so many low rye bourbons that, same thing. And then your rye, like your rye whiskey category is just so extensive right now that you have these different grains from different parts of the US, and it definitely plays a huge role in what's in your glass. Your Frey Ranches all the way to your Overholts, your Beams and things like that. And then your high rye bourbons, like your Remus, man. I mean, some of this stuff, 36% or 39% rye, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how are you supposed to guess?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But all right. I think I'm squared away on one.
All right, Andrew, whenever you're ready, you let me know.
Yeah, I think I'm just.
I don't want to rush you guys through these, so that's I don't try to do that. I try to give you about 15 minutes with each sample so we can keep the show at about an hour. But if we go over, we go over. It's not a big deal.
It's a tough one.
The chat will try to throw you off with random things.
I want the chat to talk some shit. That's what I want them to do.
Oh, they'll do that. That's for sure. I can't believe, and I'm probably going to regret saying this, but I cannot believe somebody hasn't said the words Malort yet.
I thought we were talking whiskey tonight.
We are.
Okay.
But for some reason, and I don't know why, every show somebody brings up.
Someone says Malort. Yeah, it's just probably going to come at some point.
Yeah.
Figured I'd get it out of the way now.
Not a fan, by the way.
No, not a fan. Not a fan at all.
Who is a fan? Even when I was 21, I wasn't a fan. You know what? I think I'm good to wing it. I think yeah, sure.
All right, let's get her done. Andrew, we'll start with you.
All right. So generic. So when you say generic, is something generic? Like if I say Japanese whiskey, is that generic?
The category of whiskey. So,
or just like malt.
Yeah. If you think it's a malt, yep. If you think it's,
I'm gonna say malt. Okay. Malt. Sorry, bear with me, guys. I'm still.
You're good.
You're
good.
All right. And then you want the ABV?
Yep.
I got 56. And then the cask I'm gonna say is new.
Good. And specific category.
Japanese whiskey. Is that specific? Japanese single malt.
There you go. Okay.
Specific ABV, I'm going to go 56.4. And then I'm not sure what to say for this specific cast. If I say new, do I just?
Yeah. I mean, if you think she's new, say new. If you want to change it from your generic cast, you can do that. You can do whatever you need.
I guess I could hedge my bets, but I'm gonna stick with new. Yeah,
sticking with new.
Yeah.
And do you have a distillery and bottle guess?
Absolutely not. I can give you a year. Yeah, absolutely not. I think I know about 4 Japanese whiskeys out there.
Well, throw them out there, because if you land one, you get the points. If you don't guess, you can't get them.
Yeah, all right. We'll go with the good old Hibiki 12-year. I don't even know if that's a thing, but we're gonna pretend like it is.
Got it. All right, Anthony.
I am so thrown off right now. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Don't listen to anything I said.
No, of course I have to listen to that. I mean that's part of this as well, right? I mean, you had the pleasure of going first, and now I have to follow, and I'm automatically influenced by everything that you just said. Okay.
Sure.
And I do swap back and forth.
So it didn't give me malted tones until you started talking about Japanese whiskey. I was actually leaning on the edge of a bourbon. Now, with that said, I might actually go Indian on this. So, generic category, I'm going to say Indian.
What type of whiskey?
Single malt.
And generic ABV proof.
I'm going to say right at the century mark.
100 proof?
100 proof, yep. Used cask.
Okay. And then specific category, you're saying Indian single malt.
Indian single malt. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Let's roll the dice here.
It is a thing. Specific ABV or proof.
I'm gonna keep it at 100. So you know what? Let's play a little game. Let's say 100.4.
Yeah, I like that.
You know how the single malts like to get a little funky.
And specific casking.
Casking, I'm gonna say used oak, not finished.
And I'm just going to throw this out there. When you say used oak, I automatically assume ex-bourbon.
Used oak ex-bourbon. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Well, I mean, if you really want to get technical, I'll say Jack Daniel's barrel. How's that? I don't know how technical.
Wow.
I don't know if we would ever even find that information on most brands. Wouldn't give us that info.
Kelvin cooperage.
18 months yard aged.
Right.
Put together by Vinny.
Anthony, hey, Jerm, can I ask Anthony a question?
You absolutely can.
What gives you that bourbon why were you leaning bourbon?
I don't know, just the sweetness that came across it right away, and I have the other two sitting right in front of me, not covered. So I'm getting a lot of the notes that are going on with both of these right in front of me as well. So yeah, it's a tough one, man. Like I wish I had a little bit more, and this isn't anything against what Jerm sent us. I really appreciate that. But a little bit more, I can drop some water in it and kind of open it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
And exact distillery and bottle guess. Do you have one?
I don't know. I mean, I said Indian, so I'll just say Paul John. And you say age or exact bottle?
Exact bottle. Obviously, if you say a age stated bottle is the exact bottle, we kind of have an idea on your age guess. But
yeah, I'd probably say the 10-year Paul John. Just throwing it out there.
Got it. All right. Got your guesses in. Go ahead and get into sample number 2.
Enough. That being said, that was a really good pour. That's whatever it was. It's not what I'm used to drinking, but that was good. All right, number 2.
Ooh, I didn't even sip this yet, and it's already hot.
I'm still trying to open. I haven't eaten since 11 a.m., so.
Oh, you were ready for this. That's called
Man.
conditioning yourself. Conditioning your palate for this.
Not on purpose, man. Yeah, I know, but not on purpose. I would have eaten. All right.
Well, I golfed today, so I didn't have too much to drink on the golf course.
Where are you located again? You said you were in North Carolina, Anthony?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Did you guys get hit by that previous storm?
Luckily, the eye pretty much went over us, but we did
Okay.
not get really like hit too bad.
Okay.
A lot of small limbs on the floor, on the ground. Unfortunately, Western North Carolina really got the brunt of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Asheville just got destroyed, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But
definitely
yeah, we're all good over here. Appreciate you asking.
That's good, man. Charlotte's a fun city. I've been a couple of times. My buddies live there.
And now I want a Slurpee. I'm loving these comments.
Oh yeah, these guys watching this are.
Do Native Americans make whiskey? That's not a stupid question. I was wondering when you started busting out Indian whiskey. I got all confused.
The string of comments before this was asking what type of Indian he meant. Obviously I know what he meant.
Asian Indian.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that is actually an interesting question. I do not know the answer to that. If there is a Native American owned distillery out there, would be something to look into, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too.
Look at these two stuff in Andrew. I love it. Expecting some Texas support, but it's all good. Just see how it is, Marshall.
Oh, he's supporting the Texas boys, that's for sure. Yeah. That guy. I just hope it's a Texan that takes him out. That's what I'm hoping for.
I could take him out, just probably not in whiskey tasting. Ooh, you're right. You're right, Anthony. This is hot.
Yeah, this is a good one.
At least compared to the one before.
It's a great linger too. Like these so far, these two samples have been amazing. Whatever they are.
I would try to save a little bit of it because I want to go back and revisit it.
I did drop just a couple drops of water in the first one too. It kind of opened it up a little bit more. I'm not very confident about my guess, but still.
Brian is giving us an answer for, I believe this is the Native American owned distillery. Is Heritage Distilling?
Okay.
Where are they out of, Brian?
I think that's up in like the PNW somewhere, Washington or Oregon.
The Heritage region.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds right.
The Heritage.
Corey and his big fandom of Texas.
You know, I don't really live in Texas, man. I live in Austin. I don't really even count that as Texas.
Yeah, that's California Junior.
Exactly. I'm not in Texas.
ATX, right?
ATX, baby.
You still got the TX in there though, so you do have to represent Texas.
That's true. Yeah, shit. You're right.
This is fun. And I know we're the first show for the second season with you, but how much like lip smacking, and I'm not talking like smack talking. I'm just like how much of that do we have to endure like for this entire season?
I don't know. For the most part, I think most everybody has been pretty quiet and well-mannered as far as that goes.
Let me turn up my mic then. Hold on. No.
But realistically, that does help you pull some things that you may not otherwise get because that air movement passed.
Yeah. Now, Andrew, I'm gonna tell you right now too that with a higher proof for me, I get thrown off between the bourbons and the ryes.
Yeah, same with me. I feel like the higher the proof, the harder it is for me to differentiate as well too.
A lot of times it's hard to differentiate between that spice and the proof.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
I'm still in that mode.
Where do you live? I live at around like 100 proof. That's kind of that's my bread and butter. 100 to maybe 110 at most.
Yeah. I'm definitely not a proof whore. I like to say I'm a flavor whore, right? but my favorite proof points are anywhere between 80 and 140.
Okay.
So just that broad range right there, 80 and 140.
Basically everything.
Pretty happy there.
Oh, well, here's a crowd guess.
This one is a Lost Lantern.
Could very well be.
Man, the only
Lost Lantern's been
was...
killing it. Seriously. All right.
So last season was 16 contestants. It was kind of my inaugural trial run. So you see how it went, see what everybody thought about it. Seemed to get some pretty good response. Everybody seemed to like it. So I wanted to up it to 32. So I, of course, needed to reach out and find, well, I think there was 3 people that didn't come back. So I had to get, 19 people. 2 of those 19 people that I did get are actually Adam and Nora of Lost Lantern.
Oh, very cool.
That's
and
awesome.
They are on opposite sides of the bracket. So it is possible for them to be the final show.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what you should do for the final show, Jeremy? You should do it live. Pick a destination, everyone goes out.
That would be kind of cool.
Watch the 2 duke it out.
That would be kind of cool. We tried to do that in one of them last year because they were close in proximity, but it didn't pan out.
Right.
What else was I was just going to say something else.
Now, are you throwing like single barrels in this too? Like just random single barrels from
store picks, single barrels, independent bottlers.
That's not fair.
Well, and I actually try to be as fair as possible with the bottle guests. Like obviously if you say, you guess a distillery and you say, I think it's a Lost Lantern bottle.
Yeah,
that works, right? You don't have to guess exactly which, or SMWS is the bigger one for that because that's just so hard to figure out.
What is that? That's a single malt whiskey society or
Yes,
or
Scotch malt whiskey society.
Yeah. Okay.
I had to think about.
Are those the ones that come in those green bottles?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and they're all numbered instead of saying who they are, and
I got a good buddy who's part of that, and he shares a lot of those, and it's just phenomenal what is out there that a lot of people just have no idea.
I like that Whiskey Deek. That's a great idea. Follow up what you said, Andrew. Have a live show right here.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
All right.
I could muster something up, Anthony, if you can. But
I'm definitely ready to rock and roll on this one.
Yeah, you guys let me know when you're ready. And
okay, cross my fingers. I'm ready.
Andrew, you're ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Anthony, go for it.
All right, generic category. I'm going to guess rye on this. And again, I'm thinking it's because of that proof. So I'm kind of teetering on the edge, but I'm thinking rye. I do get a little bit of that, that minty tone, undertone going on with that. So I'm kind of confident with that. Proof point, I'm going to drop that at 125.
It's insane.
New cask, new oak cask. Specific category. I don't know. Let's say 95.5 rye. Is that a specific category?
Yes. So straight rye, pretty much.
Straight rye. Yep. And then, like I said, new oak casking. I don't think that there's a finish on this. So.
Okay. Specific proof ABV.
I like the 125 mark. I think that's a good marketable proof point. So.
Exact distillery and bottle.
Now this is where it got me because I don't remember off the top of my head with one of these distilleries and with the Jim Beam distillery, I'm thinking it's Overholt, Overholt 10. So that would be my guess on it. And yes, I did give away the proof or the age. I know you said to keep that, but I didn't review your list that you had sent of all 400 bottles or 400 plus bottles. So
Me neither.
that's really where my head is at, is the Overholt 10.
Okay.
I know that's at cask strength, but I can't remember if that's just under 125, or I know it's definitely over 120, but I just don't know if it's at 125 or below. But that
Okay.
is my guess. That would be my guess. So Beam.
That's the Jim Beam Distillery.
Correct.
Okay.
So
All right.
Overholt cask strength. Yep.
Okay. Andrew, give it to me.
Similar guesses were Anthony, but my generic was bourbon. Generic ABV was 62. I said new cask.
Okay.
Specific, I said high rye bourbon. And then specific, I said 62.7. And then, yeah, just new. And for bottle, God, I have no idea, man. All the high rise that I have, there's no way you have any of those. So I might as well just leave that one blank. Same as Anthony, I didn't review any of your bottles you sent either. I should have done that. That probably would have been a little helpful.
Yeah. Next round. You got this, Andrew. Next round, you got this.
Yeah.
You want to throw something down there?
Let's say the classic Lost Lantern High Rye. I don't even know, but yeah.
So you're going with a Lost Lantern bottle.
Sure, Lost Lantern bottle, and I got nothing. I've only had one Lost Lantern bottle. I don't remember which one it was.
Okay. All right. So we'll leave the distillery as a blanker.
Cool.
Okay. Very good. Let's move on to 3.
That was good though. That was better than the first one in my opinion.
That was very good.
Yeah. All right.
I need to excuse myself for 2 seconds. I have to unlock my front door for my wife.
Absolutely.
Unacceptable. All right, number 3. You know, the hardest part about doing these things, Germ, is that I think we might overlap maybe 2% of our bottles.
Yeah, I would say you buy way different stuff than I do. I mean, I'm sure we buy some of the things similar. But for the most part, we buy very different things.
But hey, that's my 2025 New Year's resolution is to get into some single malt and some scotch. So we'll get there. We'll get there at some point.
Ooh.
Wow. That is. Yeah, that is.
Ooh. That's delicious.
Yeah, that is.
I hope you're pouring these too for yourself while we're going through these.
I am not tonight.
Oh,
Sometimes I do.
Talk about a drop in ABV though.
yeah.
I feel right. You really can tell the difference when you go from really high to.
It was definitely a roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's giving too much away, Anthony, but I love it at some point if you can share your notes just so I can see, if I'm even close to what you're
Yeah,
getting,
of course. There you go.
There's no way. Oh no, just like notes isn't like what your taste like do you getting cherry or are you getting
Oh yeah, well, I don't want to give away anything yet. But
of course.
After our guesses, I'll definitely throw some notes your way.
I love how you're taking me seriously. Like you actually think there's a chance I can beat you. It's because
hey man, everybody gets the respect, man. We're all here to have a good time, right? I mean,
I just think it's
just because I have 1,300 bottles behind me doesn't make me an expert.
Because you have 10 times the amount that I have and 4 times.
I just like to enjoy and share.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I love that.
Caleb. That's good, Caleb.
Hula locks there.
Well, okay. Well, let me tell you this, Texas whiskey geek. All right. The batteries in my Kivo are actually dead right now, so I do need to charge those. And yes, I feel like I'm living in the Stone Age right now.
I actually don't have iPhone locks either on my house.
Oh, come on now.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I definitely do not.
Yeah.
I am in the Stone Age.
I mean, Jeremy, you live in Wisconsin. I don't know anyone in Wisconsin who has those. Everyone I know has normal.
Yo, you're in
locks.
Wisconsin? What are you doing next weekend? Tell me you're going to Wisconsin Whiskey Fest.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, I'm going to be there too.
Sweet.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah, we got a whole crew that's going.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah.
Actually, most of them are in the chat.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, I'm going for fun. I'm not going to work this time around. So
we are going for fun as well. So yeah, absolutely. You smoke cigars?
I
also
do. I smoke cigars.
Yeah, I thought so. That's right. You were smoking one on that live that I jumped in. Okay. Yeah, we'll send me a message when you're getting into town, and we'll see if we can meet up sometime.
Absolutely, man. I have all Saturday to play around. So
cool. Yeah, we're gonna be there all weekend too, I think. So
sweet. Not invited again. Smoked by Ash, come on down. Milwaukee.
He whines because he thinks we never invite him on these things.
Well, I just invited him.
We've invited him several times.
Okay.
He just doesn't want to. He just wants to whine about not getting invited.
In case he didn't open that envelope, I'm just throwing it out there now. Oh God, yeah. Brian, you don't know what you're missing, man. Are you going? Am I going to see you for another weekend?
I resent that.
Wow. Too much technology for Wisconsin. I got a good guess on this, so. No rush, Andrew. No rush.
No, I'm ready to dance when you are. Yeah, I'm ready.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I hearing you're both ready?
Yeah,
I think so.
The more you drink, Germ, the more you just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Loosen up a little bit. Just go with the gut. Sometimes that works.
This one's definitely Eagle Rare. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it is possible. It's on the list.
Again. Damn it.
No way. You have Eagle Rare? That's on the list? That's awesome. I didn't get Eagle Rare, unfortunately. All right. You ready, Germ?
I am ready. You go ahead.
All right. Generic, I'm going to say malt. ABV, I'm going to go 45. And I'm going to say a used cask.
Okay.
Generic, I'm going to say single malt Scotch.
Scottish single malt.
44.2.
44.2.
Yeah, this is where I have no idea what I'm saying here. I'm going to say in an ex-bourbon cask. Get that right. Lingering sweetness at the end.
You got a distillery and bottle.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what Anthony's got.
All right.
I'm definitely going to go in the malt category here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Proof point 91. Used cask. Specific category. I don't know, man. Either Highland or Speyside. That's my guess. So definitely Scotch.
Scottish single malt.
Yep. Okay. Specific proof, I'll say 91.4. I like that 0.4 button there.
That's what I did too. I had a 0.4 too.
Used bourbon cask on that. Definitely not picking up any of the fruits or anything, going on with like a sherry or anything.
Okay.
If I were to guess exact distillery, oh man, Glenlivet or Glenmorangie just comes to mind on this. So can I get a half a point if I just say Glen?
Glen.
That covers 436 distilleries.
But it's all on the same island, bro. Come on. You know what? I'll say Glenmorangie. All right.
Venmo.
Yep.
And a bottle.
And the bottle. I mean, I'm going to throw out the year again. I guess. I don't even know if there is one, but I'd say around a 14 or 15. I know there's a Glenmorangie 15.
There is. Yes.
Yep.
Man, how did you get a 15 out of this?
Okay. Andrew,
right.
I'm going to give you one last chance. You want a distillery and bottle guess?
Let me see what's got. Yeah, I got the classic Macallan. That's finished in bourbon. Yeah, we're gonna just say Macallan for the distillery.
Okay.
And then I got nothing for the bottle because I don't even know if Macallan finishes in bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just say Macallan.
You got it. All right. So we got all 3 samples done. Do you guys both have the same favorite? I think you do.
My favorite's number 2.
My favorite's number 3.
Okay.
Your favorite is number 3. All right.
Yep.
So we're going to start with number 1. Sample number 1.
We did terrible.
Good news is there is not a tie.
It was Eagle Rare.
Andrew and Anthony, you both said malt whiskey. You are both correct. It is a malt whiskey.
Yeah, I got more than 0.
You win.
Andrew, for generic proof, you said 56%. And Anthony, you said 50%. Anthony, you hit it right on the head. It is 50%.
Ooh.
You are correct, man.
Andrew, casking, generic, you said new. Anthony, you said used. Anthony got the point on that. Or I'm sorry, Andrew got the point on that. It is new.
Wow.
Specific category, Japanese single malt for Andrew and Indian single malt for Anthony. Both incorrect. It is an American single malt.
Really?
Specific ABV and proof, Andrew, you said 56.4. You're very close, but a little high. You went 100.4. You were so close to staying at 100. And I was like, oh, but you hit 100.4. So we did not get the point for that one.
Oh, man. Just
Andrew,
give that to him.
you stayed with new cask. You got the point on that. You said ex-bourbon still. Exact distillery and bottle guess. Exact distillery is Andalusia Whiskey Company.
Oh, man.
And this is their bottled and bond.
That's embarrassing. I didn't get that.
That is
It
a new
is.
one to me.
45 minutes away from your house.
I failed every text in here, and this. I apologize, everyone.
Andalusia Whiskey Company, bottled and bond single malt. It is the first bottled and bond single malt out of Texas. It is 4 years old, and it is aged in new oak. So they did a couple cool little things out of this, and it is one of my favorite American single malts from a bunch of distilleries.
Man.
So
That was a curveball
right.
right off the bat. I got to tell you.
threw you a curveball right off the bat.
Yep.
All right, so then we are going to go to sample 2. Sample 2.
No confidence. for me.
Andrew, you said bourbon. Anthony, you said rye. Andrew, you got that right. It is a bourbon.
Wow.
Well done, sir.
Lucky
You guys both, I am impressed beyond belief about your proof guessing. Generic ABV, Andrew, you said 62. Anthony, you said 125. So you're both right on the money right there. The actual proof is 62.85 or 125.7. So, I mean, you guys were on the money.
0.7.
Yep.
I know.
Generic casking, you both said new. You both got the point for that. So, so far, Andrew, you're at 3. Anthony, you are at 2. Specific category. Andrew, you said high rye bourbon. And Anthony, you said straight rye. Actually, neither one of you are correct. It is just straight bourbon. It is not high rye.
Damn.
It is only a 10% rye in the mash bill.
Get so much of rye still.
Mm-hmm.
Specific ABV proof 62.7, Andrew. So you're just, I mean, minute amounts off, but consider that a win. You got that right. It's just not exactly what it is. Anthony, 125, same deal. You're 0.7 off. You both said new for specific casking, so you both get the point for that. Exact distillery and bottle guess. This is one of those special little store picks that you asked about. But it is Elijah Craig. ECBD.
All right.
What?
All
10-year-old store pick. And since I'm bringing this up, I did pick up a couple sponsors for the show this year. This store that did this pick is actually a sponsor. So if you obviously have to travel to Wisconsin to get to it, I'm going to put the logo up in the corner. But this is Richard's Liquors, who affectionately names their store picks Dick Picks.
Love it.
So
Love it.
The winner of the
amazing.
competition all the way through to the end, whoever wins it does actually get a dick
pic
of
from
their
Marshall?
choice. It would be from me. I would send them a dick pic. But so thank you for Richard's Liquors for helping out and sponsoring. At some point in time, I will be wearing shirts. There will be other merch to give away during certain shows and other shows. So, yes, excellent.
What was the age on that? Was that an
10
8
years.
10
years.
okay.
10 years.
10 year
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So that actual specific bottle was purchased and bottled and put in his store for his 10-year anniversary weekend. So
Very
he
cool.
wanted to make sure he got a 10-year.
That's awesome.
So we have a total of 4-3 in favor of Andrew on that.
Go, buddy.
So Andrew, right now, currently you are at 7.
Let's
Anthony, you are at 5. So you guys
I'm
are
going to
close.
retire and just quit right now and just stop the game.
And I am real quick while you just reflect on sample number 3. I am going to tally up the points for that one. And
There's just no way this is not a scotch.
I'm going to throw you for a massive curveball.
Oh my God. It's like a
Great.
bourbon finished in tequila cask or something. It's gotta be a scotch. It's as scotch as it gets.
Okay. Andrew, you said malt. Anthony, you said malt. That is incorrect. It is a bourbon.
Dude, I told you.
Oh,
What the hell?
there's no way.
Yeah, what the hell?
Andrew, you said 45%. Anthony, you said 91 proof. Both very close to each other. You both got a point for that. It is actually at 45%.
Why did I change my
Generic casking, you both said used. It is actually new.
wow?
And not new and used. It is new only. There is no
That's
finish
insane.
on this.
It's insane.
Specific category, you said Scottish. You both said Scottish single malt. We know it's a bourbon. The specific category is New York straight bourbon.
New York.
New York. Specific ABV, I said it was 45%. You guessed 44.2, Andrew, and Anthony 91.4. So you're both very close. Specific casking, you both said ex-bourbon. It is new. Distillery guesses, obviously you will both win Scotch, and those are not correct. It is
Widow Jane.
Kings County.
All right.
peated bourbon.
Peated bourbon.
75% corn. I'm sorry, 80% corn, 20% peated malted barley. All new oak aging.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
got
a
zero.
fan of
I got zero peat in that as well. So
It's smoky with a little, a little twinge of smoke. I can pick that up, but I do not get what you normally consider peat.
yeah, no,
yeah,
for sure.
not at all.
didn't
Not at
didn't
all.
taste dirty.
That's crazy. Wow.
So we have a total of 3-4-1. That is 8 points for Andrew, and 2-3-1. That is 6 points for Anthony. Andrew, you are moving on to round 2, brother.
Did you count that right?
Congratulations, buddy. That's
I did.
awesome.
Wow.
Well done.
Just some lucky guesses, man.
There was a couple curveballs in there, and yeah, you hit new casking, and you guys were both really good on the proof. Obviously, if you're within 5 points on proof, you're doing good, because for me, that's my hardest one too. I have a hard time with proof.
Yeah. Wow.
It's breaking
yeah.
down the categories for me for sure. I mean that's always been.
And I will totally agree with you on that ECBP. It is minty as all get out for not having much rye in it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. But
yeah, that's crazy.
I do like that one because of that mintiness. So we have Andrew moving on. First one to move on. And tomorrow night we have the Hood Sommelier versus Adrian Shine.
Dude, that was a good time, Anthony. Appreciate you.
That was great,
sharing
Andrew.
your
Congratulations,
knowledge with me and everything. Thanks, man.
Congratulations to both of you. You guys both did really good.
That was a lot of fun. It really was.
That was a shit ton of fun. Yeah.
Now
Good
that
times.
what was that first one? Andalusia?
Andalusia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
So
yeah, that was a first for me with that.
they primarily do single malts. They do some rum, they do some brandy, stuff like that, but their whiskey is all single malt.
Okay.
They have their core lineup is triple distilled, which is obviously triple distilled malted barley. It is most of the time aged in some pretty heavily used barrels. Sometimes they will age it in new, depending on what they're doing. They play around a little bit. They have the Striker, which is wood smoked single malt, and then they have Revenant Oak. The Striker is also aged in new barrels. Then they have Revenant Oak, which is more Scottish style, double distilled, used barrel, and peated. So,
yeah, I think we're planning on taking a trip out there in a couple of months with a couple of the people from Austin to go pay them a visit. So I'm excited about that.
absolutely, yeah. Try the rum, man.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Great movie.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're ever in the Austin area, Anthony, Andalusia is a short trip outside.
Okay.
They're in Blanco, Texas. It's 100% worth the visit. They're a great place. They're
Yeah,
great
definitely.
people, and they make damn good whiskey. So
Yeah.
Appreciate you
awesome.
opening my eyes
They're
to that
awesome.
one too.
Man,
I'm glad I could do that with a bottle count like that. It's hard to introduce somebody to something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try everything. That's the end goal, right? I mean, you want to make your own judgment on every single whiskey that you possibly can, whether it's good or bad, or whether you like it or not. But at the end of the day, I want to try it all. I really do.
I do too. Yeah,
Yep.
it's one of those things.
Yep.
Do you
Bucket
guys
list.
think there's any distilleries you have not heard of? Probably, right?
Oh
Out
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah.
Plenty
Tons.
of distilleries that I haven't heard of. Yeah.
It's because you guys start throwing out names that I haven't, like, I'm pretty new to whiskey, so bourbon and rye is like the main stuff I know. So everything bourbon and rye I know about. But when you guys start talking American single malts, Scotch, all this stuff, man, all just goes over my head.
Well, it's you sponge it up, you absorb it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Your willingness to open up and try things and stuff like that is phenomenal, and I applaud you for that. So I really like that about you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm always down to embarrass myself. It's all good.
Yeah. Hey, you embarrassed me today, man. You did a great job,
man. No, honestly, just came down to just me guessing you and you guessing you. That's probably what the difference that I made. So
that's that was actually one of the biggest differences.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Clearly, you know a lot more about whiskey than I do.
Hey, man, it was fun. At the end of the day, we got to try some good stuff.
Absolutely.
Store picks I've never had before. Some dick picks, right?
I can never complain about a dick pick.
Yeah.
I just wish Germ sent me his dick pic. Then I'd really like that one.
Now, if you have my phone number, do not send me dick pics, please. But if it's in a bottle,
you'll take dick pic. Yeah, take dick pic.
I'll definitely try
it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Dude, always a great time, Germ, man. Thanks for setting this all up, dude.
Thank you. Andrew, I don't know your exact date yet, but I will get that to you shortly.
Sounds good. Yeah, let me know. Is it going to be in November or in October, you think?
No, it will be. So I have it planned out. So the first round goes all the way through before the second round starts. So the first round ends near the end of December. or the middle of December. So
I
it'll
should
be
be okay.
and I'm not doing anything the week of Christmas or New Year's, so it could possibly be January.
Okay, cool.
But I will let you know in a day or two here. I'll send you a message.
Sounds good, man.
So,
appreciate it.
All right,
Andrew, you got me in your corner, buddy.
Dude, I appreciate it, man.
Hopefully you keep going further. Congratulations tonight. That was fantastic.
Appreciate it, man. If you're ever out in Austin, Texas, let me know, man. If you want to try any of these tater bottles, I got nothing else besides tater bottles. So if you're ever out here and you want to try some, let me know. I got Still Austin. Still Austin does some good stuff.
Hey, Still Austin does a great job, man. Nancy is a master.
Man,
okay.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing.
And likewise, when if you're ever in the CLT over here, come on down.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'll hit you up. I'd love to try one of your 3,400 bottles that you have.
Come on down. Seriously.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you for tuning in and checking out the first episode of the season. We are on tomorrow, same time, 7:00 with Hood Sommelier and Adrian Shine, and that should be a fun battle. Adrian brings the joy to a lot of things here, so
she's awesome.
She is awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Anthony, Andrew, thank you guys so much for submitting yourself to that torture.
No, that was fun, man.
Wasn't overly torturous. I think those whiskeys were pretty good. So
no, it's fantastic.
Cheers, everybody, and
right.
thank you.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Appreciate it, Jerm.